Hello everyone, my name is Natalie and welcome to or back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video talking about books that gave me all the feels. So by this I mean books that made me feel all the emotions or really strong emotions. And yeah, I think I did a video like this maybe a few years ago. Maybe I didn't and just planned it in my head. So this is just some more books that give me all the feels. Now I will say all these books are ones that I have not read in a really long time, but they are ones that have just still stuck with me. The first one I'm going to mention is a poetry collection, and that is The Princess Saves Herself, and this one by Amanda Lovelace. I think there was some controversy around this series, like a lot of people I feel like felt it was overhyped. I personally loved this collection. There were so many poems in this and it just resonated so much with me. Again, with poetry, I feel like it's a very, very personal thing. Some people vibe with it, some people won't. Some people completely understand and connect with it, and some people wonder what the hell is going on. This collection is really interesting, and I love it when poetry collections do this, where all the poems tell a tale. So it's like the one poem and then another, and it kind of continues a story but in poetry. And I absolutely love it. I'm a sucker for when poetry books do that. And at the time of reading it, I really resonated with the section that was about the princess. So it's like the younger side, because this is told in 4 parts. So we have the princess, the damsel, the queen, and then finally you. And I would love to reread this again to see if I'm still resonating with the same books I did previously. If I still resonate with the same poems I did previously, or if new ones have taken, especially because I'm quite a few years older now. So yeah, this is one I'm definitely going to give a reread and find out and see. My battery's flashing. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a different outfit on. I've got different makeup on. I even have a different haircut. And that is because the first part of this video I filmed a while ago. I can't remember when. But I went to go edit this today, only to discover I literally only filmed that bit before my battery ran out. So now I'm just going to carry it on. So apologies for the complete change of appearance, but we'll just carry on. The next book I'm going to talk about is Let's Talk About Love by Claire Kahn. This is a book about a woman who is asexual and I think aromantic. Let me just remind myself. Yeah, so she's bisexual but also asexual as well. And it follows her as she's recovering from a breakup because her ex-girlfriend broke up with her purely because she found out she was asexual. And it follows her as she's working in a library, which is another reason why I loved this book, because it was a library setting and I read it while I was also working at a library, so I loved seeing that represented as well. Not only that, this follows her as she meets another employee at the library, and it follows her beginning to experience attraction to him, and it follows her as she's trying to come to terms with the fact that she actually is romantically invested in someone and that she is starting to become attracted to them. And I think all of these people are in high school in America, so I feel like they're maybe 17 if I'm remembering correctly, because she's working in the library over summer. I adored this book, but there were some bits I didn't like. So for instance, I did not like her friends in this. I didn't think her friends were good for her, and I specifically thought her best friend was really negative, and I did not like their relationship at all. But the other bits, everything else, I adored this. It gave me all the feels, especially because I'm demisexual and I kind of read this as I was just starting to learn a bit more. Yeah, so this holds a good place in my heart and it gave me all the feels. The next book we have is In the Dream House by Carmen Marie Machado. And trigger warnings for this book, it does follow an abusive relationship. This is actually a memoir, so these are Carmen's actual recounts of her life and the relationship she was in. Now Carmen is a lesbian, I think that's how she identifies. In this book it follows her relationship with a woman, but the relationship is very abusive in all manners, I believe, and it really highlights how people assume that just because people are in same-sex relationships there's no abuse there, when absolutely they can still be abusive even in same-sex relationships as well. And this broke my heart so much. I had ups, I had downs in it, and yeah, and I thought Carmen is just such a wonderful storyteller to recreate something that clearly hurt her so bad and that she was trying to recover from and she's trying to heal over. I adored this book. Now next up we have The Toymakers by Robert Dinsdale. This is one of my favourite books of all time. I've only read it once and I desperately want to give it a reread because I loved this book so much. This is also the first book I ever read that has a teenage pregnancy represented within it. And for anybody who doesn't know, I was actually the result of a teenage pregnancy, so reading about accounts and stories with that in it is always fascinating to me, and I do love to see it in literature because it's not as prevalent as you may expect. And this follows our main character Kathy. I believe she's about 15 years old and she runs away from home while pregnant, and she runs away down to London only to find this massive toy emporium, and she ends up getting a job there. It also follows her relationship with two of the sons of the owner of the emporium, her becoming their family, and her having a romantic relationship with one of the boys and them actually developing into a life together and marriage and all that stuff. This book took me on so many twists and turns. I will say I believe this should be classed as magical realism because it takes place during the Great War, but also the emporium she has found is actually completely magical. Like, there are actually magical things within this. I will also say this book gave me one of the biggest plot twists I swear I have ever read. I did not see it coming, which is rare for me. Normally I can track when things are coming, but my god, this just blew me away. And I really wish I could read that plot twist again for the first time. In fact, when I first read this, I then gave it to my nan to read, and she was also blown away by the plot twist as well. And it also made me develop a complete hatred for one of the characters in this because it was completely his fault, and I'm still carrying that hatred for him today. So to make me hate a character that much, I still think about how much I hate him, and the fact I still think about this plot twist and this book to this day. I think it's been like 5-6 years since I read this, maybe a bit longer, but yeah, this one completely blew me away. Like I said, this has become one of my favourite books of all time. I'm definitely going to reread it, and I'm praying it still holds up to my memories. And the last book I'm going to talk about is Tell Me How You Really Feel by Amina May Safi. I may have butchered that name, I do apologise. And this follows two girls who go to school together, and one of them, the previous summer I believe, asked the other out. The other one rejected her because she didn't believe at the time she was gay, and she had a lot of hang-ups about that. And it affected this other one so bad that she's never tried to approach a girl again and never tried to ask someone out again. But when it comes to one of her final projects she has to do, because she is trying to be a director and that is what she is studying in school, she realises that Sana is the only one who can help her, so she has to go to her for assistance and help. I loved this. I feel like this was, again, it's been a while since I read it, but I feel like this was another one where I didn't like the friend group as much, and I felt the friend group was a bit off. But I adored the relationship between these two girls, and it's just such a beautiful story about finding acceptance in who you are and basically discovering the complete layers of another person and looking below the surface. And yeah, it was a really beautiful story. I believe, I cannot remember, I feel like one of the girls is Jewish and another is another religion, but I cannot for the life of me remember, and it doesn't specifically say in the description either. But this is a, like I said, a wonderful story, and I think I also gravitated towards it so much because it does have it taking place on a film set, and Sana is trying to be an actress and Rachel, who is our main character, is the director. So I think I also gravitated towards this one because of the acting in it. This also takes place in LA as well, so you've got lots of descriptions of the LA climate, and it's obviously very sunny, and yeah, it's just such a wonderful read. And even though it takes place during the springtime, this still might be a really good summer read. So if you haven't read this, then I highly recommend you do. Okay everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've also just realised that it is Pride Month, and the books I'm happening to mention, 3 of them are part of the LGBTQIA+ community. So that's interesting. Didn't mean for that to happen, but very happy it did happen during the month of Pride. Please let me know down below some books that gave you all the feels. Also, let me know, have you read any of these books? What did you think of them? And as I said again, happy Pride. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!